Welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily, and right now we're about to have a conversation that concerns our health. So if you're someone that is very health conscious, I think this is a segment for you. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today is World Tuberculosis Day, and sometimes it feels like tuberculosis is, not around anymore because we don't really talk about it like we are supposed to. But unfortunately, it is one of the major health threats globally. And today we are going to be talking about tuberculosis with Head Monitoring and Evaluation National TB Program Control, Mr. Kwame Afutu. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes,
how is everything, sir?
Well, fine so far.
Should I say Happy World Tuberculosis Day?
Yes, some isn't happy, yes, because we have an opportunity to talk about it.
Right, okay. So, like I asked off camera, tuberculosis. Do we still have tuberculosis?
We do. I mean, globally, it's one of the
serious
infectious diseases.
Yeah.
Serious because everybody is at risk. Mm-hmm. It's a droplet infection. Mm-hmm. I mean, come home. Over the period, we've been consistently seeing increased numbers of cases. I mean, for example, in 2024, the year just passed, for the first time, we are notifying 20,000 plus TB cases.
20,000
yes,
TB cases?
In excess of 20,000. As a matter of fact, it's 20,009, so 20,000 plus.
In Ghana?
In Ghana. So I'm not going to be speaking about a global trend.
Perspective. We're talking about
what we have at home, yes. So it's really a big issue, and it's an issue because everybody is at risk because it's a droplet infection.
Droplet infection.
In the sense that anybody who has a disease, once the person coughs, too likely to emit the bacilli from the lungs. Mm-hmm. Anybody in the
vicinity,
you just inhale whatever has been dropped.
All right, so I have a question. So when it drops, right, and say someone touches it, is it likely for you to get it?
Yeah, it must go to the respiratory system.
All right.
So, for example, we have this culture of sneezing in the hand, coughing in the hand. If you have TB, you get your hand contaminated. Mm-hmm. If I have a handshake with you, and the next thing you rub your nose, your mouth, you are likely going to inhale the bacilli that are in my fingers, mm-hmm. or my palm. Mm-hmm. So that's it. So, I mean, one good lesson from COVID is hand washing. Mm-hmm. Very good for disease control, including tuberculosis.
Right. So they say in Ghana, about 39 people lose their life each day from tuberculosis, and 121 people fall ill daily from tuberculosis. So how can someone actually know that they have tuberculosis?
Yeah, there are symptoms of the disease, primarily cough. Cough. Then sneezing.
Sneezing?
Yep. Nice sweat.
Okay.
Tiredness, chest pain, and others. So if you're going through any of these symptoms, the best thing to do is to rush to the hospital. Now, if in Ghana now, if you take 100 persons on treatment, 7 of them die. Okay, so the projection you read is in the general population,
right,
which includes persons that have not accessed the health service. So that's what the WHO estimates that based on certain factors, based on our historical reporting, notification, I mean the number of cases that you have over the period been reporting, with all other analysis, is projected that there should be 44,000 TB cases every year in Ghana. Okay, of that 44,000, I told you already, we had notified 20,000 plus.
Right.
So we are doing less than 50% of what the WHO projects. So the number of deaths that you reported or you read reflects the total population, death among the population that we have not even recorded. So that is largely those who come to the hospital and we know they are diagnosed with TB, may be going through treatment and die. That's about 7%. Then if you pick those who probably did not know they had a disease or knew but for various reasons failed to access health service, All those put together is what WHO projected that about 39 persons may be dying from TB each day in Ghana.
Right. So talking about treatment, what sort of treatments are out there for them?
We have two types of the tuberculosis. One which is susceptible to the primary medicines. The other one is resistant to the primary medicines.
What?
Okay. Now,
wait, one is resistant to the primary medicines.
So
wow.
let's start slowly from the susceptible one.
Yeah.
We have a treatment regimen that takes 6 months.
6 months?
Yes, broken into 2 segments. Don't yell. It used to be 12 months.
What?
Yes. And hitherto you would have been swallowing a tablet on each medicine.
Yeah.
So if it is paracetamol, you swallow 4 of paracetamol. If it is aspirin, you swallow 4. But later, they put all this together, what we call a fixed dose.
Right.
So if it is rifampicin, you'll be swallowing 4. Pyrazinamide, you'll swallow 4. Those are some of the names of the medicines. But now we have to call fixed dose combination. Of the 4 medicines, they are all put as 1 tablet. And the treatment is packaged into 2 segments. First 2 months, you take these 4 tablets. Depending on your weight, you take certain numbers. We call it dose. When you finish the 2 months, then you would have significantly recovered, but you are not cured yet. You must continue for the next 4 months to get a 6 months. So that's for the susceptible TB. And even then, in children or in other persons that may have a more severe form of the disease, they may do more than 6 months. They may do up to 9 months, especially children with TB of the meninges, TB that tends to affect the head around the brain. They may do more than 6 months. So that is for the first line treatment. So these are persons diagnosed with the TB that is susceptible to rifampicin. The other one, which is the minority, are those who have resistant strains to rifampicin. Their treatment is minimum 9. You can get up to 36 months, depending on the...
36 months?
Yes, please. Depending on the severity of the disease. So the import of this is that...
36 months?
Yes, please.
3 years?
Up to, yes. It may be up to 36. So in order not to get to that point, anybody diagnosed of TB, we encourage the person to go through the treatment.
Yeah.
Finish your 6 months treatment. Then you are protecting me, protecting you, protecting everybody, because you wouldn't be passing on infection to other people. And again, the likelihood of your bacilli developing resistance to the rifampicin is minimal.
Wow.
Okay, so 6 months for susceptible TB. And again, the emphasis is that if you have anybody diagnosed of TB, encourage the person to go through the treatment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if he develops the resistance, anybody he passes on the infection to
can also get the same.
Have the resistant TB.
Oh.
Yes.
So the person doesn't even have to start from,
susceptible.
The susceptible.
No.
Oh.
You have a primary resistance.
So if you do not cure yourself and you become resistant, you can automatically infect someone with the resistant type.
Perfect explanation. That's it. So our emphasis is that.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the emphasis is that let's support TB patients go through treatment. Ooh. Don't stigmatize them. Encourage them, support them so that they go through, they don't develop resistance, because the resistance treatment is something else.
All right, so let's wrap this up. So how does one protect themselves?
Well, the first protection is that, one, anybody you know have the disease, support the person to go through treatment so that it doesn't infect them.
What if I don't know you have the disease? How do I protect myself from people?
Yeah,
like coughing and...
I mean, so we have what we call cough etiquette. If you're going to cough, get tissue, cough into it. We don't encourage use of handkerchief, but if that is what you have, fine.
Yeah.
Then if you have nothing, then you cough into your elbow. You sneeze into your elbow. So then you don't
spread the droplets.
You don't spread the droplets.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a droplet. In fact, if the droplets in an environment like this, enclosed environment, can remain suspended for about an hour.
Yeah, it could still be around.
I mean, hanging for about an hour.
Especially in the AC.
Absolutely. So we ask for good ventilation as part of the protection. good nutrition, moderate exercise.
Okay. All right.
Ventilation, very important.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. It was really nice having this conversation with you. And is there any way people can reach out to you in case anybody wants to support?
Yes. Our office is at the National TB Control Program, located in Kolebu, under Public Health Division. Our landline is 030 660023.
Right.
030 660023.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kwame Afutu, who's the head monitoring and evaluation person at the National TB Control Program. And we've been having a conversation on tuberculosis. It's World Tuberculosis Day. So you've heard it from him. Please protect yourselves. And if you know anyone with tuberculosis, please support them to go to the hospital, because you do not want to get infected. And maybe when you get infected, it might be the resistant type. And as you heard him, it can take up to 36 months for you to get rid of it. So let's all protect ourselves and encourage people that have tuberculosis, and also support them without stigmatizing them. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be back.